Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A search of a suitcase at an Omaha bus station turned up $9,000 worth of fentanyl pills on their way to Sioux Falls. It also led to the arrest of 23-year-old Marin Woldu. On Wednesday, more than a year after the crime, he entered a guilty plea in federal court.
Woldu admits being part of a drug conspiracy that brought a significant amount of fentanyl from Arizona to South Dakota for people to sell. He's scheduled to be sentenced in June.
It has been a good year for South Dakota's Attorney General. Lawmakers passed 6 bills he championed that will toughen up states' laws.
Jack Lee says investigations into wrongdoing by state workers prompted him to ask for more oversight.
Number one, we wanted to make sure that the people's auditor had access to the records to try to prevent the frauds. We also wanted to make sure that there was internal controls to try to catch thefts early on. Then there was a mandatory reporting, not by the state employees, but by their supervisors. What we were finding in several instances, supervisors had been provided information from employees and didn't act on that information.
Another new law protects state workers who come forward with information on possible wrongdoing. The new laws will take effect on July 1st.
A multi-million-dollar construction project in Parker is uprooting a lot of emotions with some people in town.
The city is cutting down over 100 trees, a lot of them on 3rd Street, to make way for new upgrades to water and sewer lines along with curbs and gutters. But losing so many trees is upsetting to a lot of people.
I always walk my dog Ruby, and I love trees, and so we always go on 3rd Street because it's one of the better streets right now. And as soon as I saw the red X's on the trees, I started to cry because I knew that's what they were going to take them down.
The mayor issued KELOLAND News a statement explaining that due to the scope of the construction and the location of the utility lines, removal of the trees becomes unavoidable.
You can read the full statement under this story on KELOLAND.com.
Now let's head over to the KELOLAND Live Doppler HD Storm Center to get a check of this morning's weather. Good morning, Brian.
Or Scott. Good morning, Perry. We are showing temperatures today that will warm above average. Numbers mainly in the 50s for a lot of us. Some will hit the 60s, such as central and south central South Dakota. We'll have temperatures in the low to middle 60s. Keep in mind the wind. The wind will pick up as we do go throughout the day. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The SDSU women's basketball team is headed to the big dance. If you can't make it to Connecticut to see Saturday's game in person, we got you covered. KELOLAND's Travis Fossing will bring us live reports from Stores, Connecticut, starting tonight on KELOLAND News at 10.
He'll be checking in with players, coaches, and fans leading up to the first-round game. The Jackrabbits will take on Oklahoma State on Saturday afternoon at 2:30 Central Time.
The stage is set for William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Sioux Falls.
The Premier Playhouse is in the midst of its 22nd season, but is performing the play, which was written in the late 16th century, for the very first time.
We know that theater people love Shakespeare, but we're not sure if other people do. And so being the community theater, we try to serve the entire community. So doing a Shakespeare show was maybe taking a risk in one way, but we've also tried to resolve that risk by adding musical components, choreography, doing an adaptation that's a little bit shorter and more consumable for a contemporary audience.
A Midsummer Night's Dream opens tonight at the Orpheum Theater and runs through Sunday, March 30th.
We've provided a link with the complete schedule and ticket information under this story on KELOLAND.com.
Visitors to the Washington Pavilion's Space Museum are relieved that the 2 astronauts stuck in space for 9 months are back home.
Visitors to the Kirby Science Discovery Center say they've been following the long journey of Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, whose scheduled 8-day mission to the International Space Station took much longer due to problems with their capsule.
Great that they're home. Of course, we're always curious what took them so long, or took us so long to help get them back to Earth, but I'm glad they're home safe.
The pavilion, meanwhile, is preparing a new space exhibit that will focus on deep space exploration.
The new exhibit will be located on the 2nd floor and should open to the public in late fall.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens.
All right, our weather forecast here today. Well, red flag warnings are back for eastern South Dakota, southern South Dakota. So that's, again, in effect here through this evening. So be careful about that with, again, the same drill we've had here now several times the last several weeks with these dry conditions. And, of course, a lot of the grass is very dormant as well. Today, though, we are going to turn those temperatures back up, and it looks like 60-degree weather south central into central South Dakota. Sioux Falls will come a little short of that, but probably mid-50s as we head toward at least 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Southwest wind and low humidity. That all adds up to the fire weather forecast. Tonight, now watch this. We've got a couple of spots on the radar, maybe a few showers. I wouldn't be too surprised if we had a little snow that could blend in early tomorrow morning if that shows up in the north central or the northeast. And then whatever precipitation we latch onto, some of that's going to zip to the southeast. So the clouds will thicken up. And again, some of it reaches the ground. It's kind of battling a dry environment, though. So again, we're a little more reserved on the total amount of precipitation on this one, but still in the 50s, and you'll notice the wind too, northwest. It'll go at least 20 to 30 in the afternoon. Then for Saturday, we turn the page and we get back into a south wind. It's going to warm up on Saturday, lots of 60s. East River, central South Dakota. Rapid might still hold maybe a little cooler by late in the day. And then, of course, we got another system. And guess what? A few more of these showers, kind of battling that dry air again. And then it looks like northwest winds will really take over on Sunday, probably gusting to 40 miles per hour. So blustery as we conclude Sunday and your weekend. But hey, that's typical for March. 62 today, though, Mitchell, very nice. 50 degrees in Worthington. That's also recovery there. 7-day forecast. We account for those two systems, Friday and Sunday. Next week, there could be another one, maybe by Tuesday. There's a fast-moving jet stream pattern out of the northwest. So the longer you go out in time, there's more variability on the timing of each one of those systems. But the end result, it probably keeps our temperatures in check. We're not looking at really warm weather. We don't have the 70s, but we're also not drastically cold either. We're probably just a few degrees above normal. Looks like a good settling point there. Aberdeen in the northeast, that 40% chance of a rain-snow combo Sunday morning. A little blustery in the afternoon, so that's a little cooler day. But see, on Monday, Tuesday, we're back to some 50-degree weather. And for Pierre and Rapid City, it's kind of up and down too. We'll dip on Friday with that system there, and then another dip on Sunday with the wind and highs in the 40s. But each one of these, they move in, they move out, and that's kind of the rhythm of the pattern of the weather. And you can bank on windy weather at times too. We can see samplings of that. Probably some of it Sunday. There's another shot at wind probably late Monday into Tuesday. So keep an eye on that because that can really aid that fire weather forecast. More details online at KEVLAND.com.